There's quite a bit of damage right here. So they did get a tornado right here in town, at least what it looks like.
And the town of Cordell hit by a tornado, damaging several homes and businesses.
Our KOCO team was there moments after the tornado went through, and KOCO Shelby Montgomery joins us there now. And Shelby, as of this morning, we know that no one was seriously hurt.
Good morning. That's the good news this morning. However, a lot of homes in the southeast part of town still left with some damage, like these homes right here. All of this looks like it is the roof from across the street. This home right here didn't suffer much damage, but if we turn the camera around to across the street, you can see this home right here did suffer a little bit of roof damage. They also had some of their windows blown out. I just spoke to them. They said that they moved here just yesterday from Arizona. This was their first night in their home. They got the sirens. They tried to hide inside the bathroom, but at that time it was just too late. They couldn't get to safety. However, everybody inside of the home, they're doing okay this morning, as well as their dog. But as you can see, the cleanup efforts do continue this morning. We have disaster relief out here. Firefighters are out here helping everybody. Neighbors are helping each other as much as they can. They're getting ready for tonight. They believe that they have more weather on their way for later today. They're getting things tarped up, getting things picked up. But for now, this couple here says they're going to stay in the hotel for the next couple of days if more weather does come. And of course, they can't stay in there tonight because of the holes in their roof. But again, no injuries. That's the good news this morning. Just lots of damage and a lot of stuff still left to pick up. Reporting live in Cordell, Shelby Montgomery, KOCO 5 News.
I just screamed and we turned the other way because I was like, get away from it. So we turned the other way. We came back around.
And KOCO was in Cordell right after the tornado passed through. Our crews, you can see them there talking with neighbors and also the mayor.
Yeah, the bulk of the damage appears to be on the southeast side of town and also right in the middle of town.
One kind of did some weird things and ended up north, but most of the other ones, the damage path right down through here and the south part of town was pretty much the same.
That's the mayor there talking about a different tornado that hit them years ago, kind of taking the same path as the one from last night. Now, city officials, they're still doing assessments, and we're going to talk with the mayor at 9:30 to get an update on their current situation. Now, we know the Red Cross has been out working with communities impacted by tornadoes, and we've been checking in with them and their efforts since this weekend.
And we are being joined now by Misty McClellan, the Oklahoma Chapter Executive Director of the Red Cross. And Misty, thank you for joining us. Just talk to us about the crews that you have out in Cordell already, and where can people find you all?
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. We worked with our emergency management and our partners in Cordell last night and opened a shelter at the First Baptist Church at 102 East 2nd, I believe is the address. So we've been in communication and working. We've had trained disaster workers supporting that shelter to support the people of Cordell. We'll be there today providing emergency cleanup supplies like tarps and gloves, plastic bins to put things in. So have anybody that needs a break, needs some supplies, needs just a little bit of relief, we invite you to join us at the shelter, and we continue to provide that care and comfort to all of our Oklahomans that have been impacted over the last few days.
Misty, I do want to talk a little bit more about that, because since Saturday we've had several destructive storms passing through the state, and the Red Cross has been out at all of these different communities. Talk to us about what those efforts look like right now, especially in some of the ones where we've had several days now to kind of assess needs and damage.
Well, it certainly does take a village. We have all kinds of trained volunteers and Red Cross staff. We have a disaster operations set up down that's supporting the Ardmore, Sulphur, Marietta, Love County, all of that down there. We had some storms down in Tillman County last night that we're still assessing. We know that there was a lot of just major flooding that was happening down there. We're just continuing to work with all of our emergency manager partners, all of our officials in our cities to assess damages and seek out the needs and work with our partners to provide the relief that we need.
Misty, let's talk about the need right now. What is the biggest need? Are there any donations that, you find people asking for a lot of right now?
Yeah, first and foremost, the easiest way to support recovery efforts, because of just the easiest way to get the things that are needed to the people that need them the most, is through a financial donation. And any of that can happen. You can go on our website. You can text 90999, text the words Red Cross. You can donate $10. But we also are taking things in donations down in the Ardmore Sulphur area. There is a list of items that are needed that are available on the website, but mostly it's hygiene items, some diapers, some waters, different pieces of kind of recovery comfort items like that, and we'll get you a full detailed list.
And we're also tracking several more days here where we're expecting some severe weather that comes with the risk. What advice do you have for people as we prepare for that to happen, and the need may continue to grow if we see some more destructive storms?
Absolutely. The first step to surviving a disaster is to stay informed. And the best way that people can do that is to download the Red Cross Emergency app on your phone. It's really thorough. It's got lots of additional information. It can tell you where shelters have been opened in your area. It can give you a bullet point of what you need to pack to prepare for a disaster. So I very much advise everyone making sure that your app is downloaded, that your notifications are turned on. Stay informed, stay aware, make sure that you've got your KOCO apps going, and then know that the Red Cross will be there if there is a need.
All right, Red Cross shelter just opened in Cordell. Misty McClellan with the Oklahoma County Red Cross, thank you so much for coming on and giving us that insight there. And we do want to move on to our headlines here. It wasn't just Cordell impacted last night. 3 other towns in southwestern Oklahoma were hit with a possible tornado as well. One of them south of Lawton. Hollister,
one of the largest tornadoes of the night, hit the ground around 10 p.m. The National Weather Service saying at the time, calling it a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado. In another post, they called the tornado threat a particularly dangerous situation. Now, we have been in contact with the Tillman County Emergency Manager, who says his agency performed a rapid damage assessment from midnight to 3 this morning. They say there have not been any injury reports or structural damage. However, crops have been swept clean from a field and power lines are down.
9:09 is your time, and Florida stands with the people of Oklahoma. That's the message from Florida's governor. Yesterday, Governor Ron DeSantis announced on X that he sent crews to Sulphur to help with cleanup efforts. He also said that he's sending a specialized team here to Oklahoma City to support ongoing response and recovery efforts.
An update now this morning from Sulphur Public Schools. Superintendent Matt Holder says after assessing damages, they have decided to close schools through Friday, May 3rd. They say their goal is to reopen by Monday, May 6th, but say they will provide an update over the weekend with some more information.
And now to an update on the hospital in Marietta hit by a tornado. This morning, we're learning more about those inside moments before that tornado hit that building. The administrator of Love County Health Center saying that he had 10 patients there when the tornado warning went out and that their staff immediately rushed into action.
We have a shelter that everyone was taken to, so that nobody was hurt. Staff and patients and the community actually showed up. And we've done it many times that nothing happened, but this one time that the staff did a great job, got them in there, I commend them.
And we are told after the storm passed, the patients, they went to nearby hospitals for care. The health center is closed, but ambulances are running and taking patients to Ardmore or Gainesville. They say that they have around 130 employees who work there, and they will continue to pay them.
And if you want to help, there are a number of ways for you to do that. If you have any items that you want to drop off, you can take them to the Murray County Expo on Highway 7 in Sulphur. The Red Cross also says financial donations are the quickest and best way to support victims. We just talked to them right now, and they reiterated that for us. You can find that link right now on the KOCO app, and the Red Cross is also helping with coordinating volunteers if that's what you are looking to do. And with today being an alert day, you can always stay up to date on current weather conditions with our KOCO app. It's so easy to use, and you can even set up custom alerts to find out what's happening near you. So if there's a storm in your area, you'll get notified right away. The app is free to download on any smart device.